Hey guys, in this video I'm going to change the laser in an original PS2. I have the screws taken out of this one, but the covers just pop off, the screws come out. If you've never taken one out before, I put my screws together or lay them out as they come out. They're different lengths, so you want to remember when you're going back in where they come from. All you have then is your warranty sticker. Once you've got to there, it'll pop off no problem. Remember when opening this, the power button has a ribbon, so you don't want to yank the cover off. It just pulls out. This model PS2 has all capacitors and part of your power supply here, so you do not want to touch any of it. A lot of them, when you open them up, all you have here is the heat shield, so they're not as exposed as this, but just this one in particular, once you open it, you need to be very careful, especially as the next step, you have to power the PS2 on to open the disc tray. It just makes it a bit easier. And then power off the PS2. Particularly in this one, because this PS2 has just been on, you're going to have residual power in those capacitors. We're not going to go near them, but just bear that in mind. The next step is to undo this cover. Some of them will have two more screws up here. This version doesn't. The versions are slightly different, but this process is more or less the same. Take off your lid, get here, undo this cover. Oh, there's a screw down here. Sorry, this one has screws each side down, and the other ones, the screws are up on the top part of it. And here you are. Now, if your PlayStation is just having trouble reading games, it could be worth giving this laser a clean. I'll link to a video here where I show how to clean these properly. You don't just clean the lens, you also need to clean underneath the lens. There's another lens that needs to be cleaned as well, because dust can sit on them. To access this, to get this out, you just undo these two screws. While you're in here, this is a good time to give this a bit of a clean. You can see there's dust. Re-lube these bars as well. As while you're in here, just make sure you clean off the old stuff first. If you put too much on, you can get kind of caught up. It won't slide up and down easier here. And then this just pops straight down. This one was actually surprisingly stiff. Most of them are very easy. But there, that's how simple it is to get your old laser out. It's important to remember when you're picking up your laser, the PlayStation used different models of this. This one is a KHS 400B. You can stick a 400B or a 400C into this model and it'll work fine. The same if you have a KHS 400A, you can use an A or a C. The A's aren't great, so I definitely think I'd swap that for a C. I picked this up on eBay. I'll drop a link in the description if you want to check it out. This is the old laser I've taken out, and this is the new one. As you can see, the new one is missing the little black screw here, so I have to take it off the old one, and it's missing this little thing. That's just how long with a screw as well. So just swap them across. And the most important thing we have to do, and some people make this mistake, here is the little anti-solder blobs. They have to be removed. As you can see, they've been removed on this. They have to be removed or the laser will not work. Now, removing these is fairly straightforward. Just the top of the soldering iron, they'll come right off. Just make sure you've separated so that they're no longer touching, and you're laughing. Some of them will come with this black screw, you mightn't have to remove it, but just take note of kind of the depth, how far it's sticking down, because that affects how high it rides on the rail. This is a little, see, a Torx type bit. And then this is just a standard screw. Now you don't want to go over tight on this screw either, because they seem to strip in here quite easy. And there was where we were. Okay, with that sent across, the next thing to do is pop back in the ribbon cable. Tricky around the camera, but here we are in. And then next, redo our bars. This shorter one goes on the left, this longer one goes here on the right. Just pop back in the two screws. You don't have to go too tight with these or anything. Now remember, you're just a screw back in the plastic. That goes for putting the PlayStation lid and all back together. When you're screwing in the plastic, don't go too tight. There's no need. You'll just end up stripping them. This console, the reason I'm changing this is this console had stopped playing blue discs, and it would play like the blue back discs. It would play the silver discs, but it really struggled. I mean, they had to be pretty good. You'll find that a lot with the lasers. The first sign that they're going is they won't read the discs that are blue on the bottom side. They're nearly always the first to go. The next step before you put the lid back on is to remember to close this drawer, or the lid won't go back on. And putting this back on, just be careful that you don't damage the ribbon cable. You want your buttons to go in, and you want the ribbon to kind of go right to be in, kind of pushed into the here. just clips in, and then you know it's not going to get damaged. That's the console back together. I'm not going to show putting in the screws, that's fairly straightforward. Thanks for watching, guys.